Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the third edition of this business Black Friday Business Bonanza. Today, we are so lucky to have with us the legend himself, David Nieuwenhoven. He's been in this industry and the online business industry for years and years and has gained so much knowledge along the way. He's one of my favorite idols to look up to in the business world, and I've learned so much from him along the way. And I really wanted him to share his value with you guys today. I'm also blessed to have the beautiful Nikki Sophie join me today, and we look forward to letting you into so much value to learn about the online business world. Take it away, David.
Oh, cool. I'll just start and unmute myself. It's always a good start. So, welcome. Hey, Beck. Hey, Nikki. How are you? And it's so funny because just before we started this call, we were just testing some things out. And one of the things I want to teach you guys today is to have fun in your business, right? If you're not having fun in your business, then you might as well not be in business. And I was just playing with my new little ring light here. And I've got this little ring light. And I won't do what I was doing before because it flickers and you don't want to be flickering all over people's Facebook pages and whatever. But the point is that you've got to have fun in your business. And so one of the things I always do is try and have a bit of fun, a bit of comedy. And now my light's gone all weird and it's like changing colours. So if you think your eyes are going funny when you're watching this call, it's actually just the ring light. I don't know, is this supposed to be a serious call? Because I just like to have some fun.
Nah,
look,
never.
It's doing it again.
We don't
look
do
at that.
serious.
Okay. All right, we've got it. All right. So, hey, ladies, it's great to be here. I've never had anyone use the word idol before. That's so super cool when it's like, ooh, that's a bit heavy. But I'll take that as a compliment. And I have to say, it's a real pleasure working with people that, can take their business serious enough to get up in the wee hours of the morning and jump on a call and go live on Facebook. Because I'm taking it back that you haven't 4 years ago, you weren't jumping live on social media and doing calls like this, right?
David, 9 months ago, I wasn't jumping on live doing calls like this.
Okay, awesome. Good. What about you, Nikki?
No, about 3 years ago, there's no way in hell I would be on a live. So I've done my fair share now, but definitely no way would have done it in the past. No chance.
Awesome. So there you go. So there's two things that I've just taught you guys in the last minute. Number one is to have fun in your business. And number two is to get outside your comfort zone. All right. So there you go. There's two awesome lessons that you've just learned that I just popped into my head. And that's just the way it works sometimes online is you just got to, wing it. There's no such thing as perfection. So yeah, so I'm here to share anything today with you guys and help you if you're watching this for the first time. If you don't know who I am, I'm David Nieuwenhoven. I'm the only one in the world, which is super awesome because there is no other people with my name. So I actually didn't make that up. This is a true story. And if you go and look for me, you'll only find me online. And if you do find me online, you'll see some stories and stuff about my journey online. I've been online for 12 years all up. And I've been online for 12 years. And I'm getting a bit tired of being online because if you're online for 12 years, you've got to make sure you don't fall off, Anyway, that was a dad joke. I was on a roll with jokes and I just thought I'd keep going. Well, back then they're going, this is not the way I wanted this call to go, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to roll with it. So anyway, the reason why I'm here is that I'm here to help you guys with some cool stuff. I think that's the reason why I'm here. It wasn't for my joke. And so if I could share some insights with you, is that what you'd like me to do? Share some insights on what people should look for and what they should do when they're looking for an online business. Does that sound pretty cool?
That sounds perfect, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So today, this morning, actually a long time ago now, I did a training call for about an hour with a few hundred people. I think there's about 800 people. And I was telling them all these, tips about, pitfalls and highs and lows along my way in my journey of being online and creating not just one, but multiple successful businesses businesses online. And one of the things that I tell people is that it's very, very different to if you've been working all your life and then you're making the transition to online, because work is always sort of pretty stable. It's, you know, you get up, you go to work, you come home, you get up, you go to work, you come home. Whereas if you go online, it's like you're sort of on for a bit, you're off for a bit. And, you know, sometimes it's very addictive and you can't put that phone down because you want to learn more stuff. So online is not a set amount of hours. And what will happen is when you go online is you're going to go and ride this amazing roller coaster of highs and lows. So you're going to get excited, you're going to learn new things. It'll be super, super exciting. And then you're going to have times where things don't work out properly. And then you'll just feel like garbage. You'll feel like crap. And you'll just go, why am I doing this? Why am I here? And you've always got to go back to why you got started in the first place. So like, I know, like, for example, for Nikki, I know why you got started. Tell people why you got started online.
Because my husband works away and I want him home full-time and for us to be a full-time family.
Awesome. And you've got one little one or two little ones?
I've got one little one and Warren's got two boys. So we've got three together. So we want to be together all the time.
There you go. So there's a why. Husband's away, 3 kids. They want to be together all the time, right? What about you, Beck?
So my husband and I have been working in the hospitality industry for many, many years, and I'm sure everybody in the industry knows it's really, really tiring. And it also, you don't have any time freedom. You're literally a slave to the industry. You're first up, last down, always smiling, always doing what you have to do to please other people. And although we love it, don't get me wrong, we do love that industry. It's just taken its toll on us over the years. And we really wanted to be able to step away and just have fun in our lives with time freedom, being able to choose when we got up, when we go to bed, where we are, who we're interacting with. That's why we're doing this.
Awesome. Now, because I can't see in the group, but you guys probably see in the group, if any of that resonated with any of you guys watching, I want to see some like and love in the group. So I want to see you guys like. And in fact, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go into the group and in the comment underneath this live stream, I want you to type in your reason why you're looking to do something else. So type in your reason why you want to do that. Everyone's got a different reason. Most people want more time freedom and more money. That's pretty much what they want. And, you know, all those things, you know, are in there. But I want you to put in your reason. So go in there and put in your reason, and Bex will go back in later on into those comments. And then she's going to acknowledge those comments and, you know, talk a little bit more about that. So when I got started, the reason I got started online was because I just couldn't handle working for idiot bosses. I mean, okay, that's what it was. So literally, I got sick of working for stupid people, all right? And it frustrated me, and I realized, in fact, I just had a realization just then, is that the same thing happened when I went to school, is that I was smarter than a lot of my teachers. And I find that very frustrating, is that, you know, I knew more than them, and I couldn't wait to get out of school. And when I went into the workforce, I very quickly picked up on a lot of things. I had a very high standard of working, and often I did more work than the boss. The boss would be sitting in his office, really lazy, not doing much. I'll be busting my butt for no gratitude. And so that's why I went to the online space, because I wanted to be paid for my effort, okay? I don't want to be paid per hour. I want to be paid for my effort. And what's even better is if I can take those efforts and I can ingrain them onto other people, then they can take those efforts and spread them out even further, and then all of that will come back to me. So think of it like a franchise. If you think of any sort of food franchises, that someone comes up with an idea, they create a franchise, they get a whole lot of people to work in a shop, and they make sandwiches, or they make burgers, or they make hot dogs, whatever they make, or healthy food, and then they take that same thing and then they take it to other places around the world, and then all these people are doing all the work for that other person. They're building up this network of businesses, and this is what online allows you to do without having to invest $500,000 in a franchise, or $1 million, or mortgaging your home. So you can start a business for, you know, very small amounts of money, depending on what the business is. Sometimes it's hundreds, sometimes it's a few $1,000s, but the potential to earn huge money back is huge. So, you know, some of the businesses I started were $100, $500, $1,000, $10,000. You know, I invested in a business for $25,000 or $30,000, I think it was, but it made me back a whole bunch of money. Obviously, I didn't start with a $30,000 one first, all right? I started small and then I worked my way into it. But then as you learn more, you realize that, you know, once you build up the skills, then there's some things that you can do to amplify your success. And so one of the things that you got to do is get education. And this is the most important thing. So you can't go to university or college to get social media education. You can't. There's not a school or college for it. You know why? Because it changes every 5 minutes. Like literally every day there's something new going on. So by the time they've written down a course and then put it in books and then they put it at a college or university, it'll be outdated, okay? So the only way you can get that education is to go online, learn from people that are doing it every single day. So you definitely need to get education from people that have a degree in life rather than a degree on a piece of paper. Okay, so one of the things I learned very early, I remember very early on in my career, people used to say to me, how many degrees do you have? And I'm like, well, about 36, I think. Hang on. About 36 at the moment. And so people base your skill set or knowledge on how many pieces of paper you got that said you'd read some books and you passed some tests. Who thought of that stupid idea, right? What about skills in life? And so you need to learn the skills in life. And if it's on the internet, that's the skills you need to learn to be a success. And so all I did, you know, ladies, is I just buried myself in the internet early on, and I just learned everything I could. And as it changed, I changed with it. So I never stuck with the same thing. I had to keep changing. I'm changing all the time. In fact, just before this call, I was watching some training on some Instagram courses, and I'm going, wow, I've really been a bit slack in the Instagram area. I just learned some stuff. I'll go and apply that tomorrow, which I didn't know I could do. I'll go and learn something new, and I'll grow myself and I'll grow my business. Make sense?
That's amazing, and I love that you're always learning. Like you said, every day you're learning something new, and it is a revolving skill set. You do have to build on it every time something else comes on. Is there a specific group of training that you found that has really worked for you?
I mean, I've invested so much money in courses. If I told everyone watching, they'd probably fall over, because I'm constantly evolving and I'm constantly training, and I've been to lots of events, and I'm learning stuff, you know, all the time. I'm learning stuff. You know, but definitely if you can find a place, and I'm sure, you know, Beck can help you out, if you can find a place where you can get a lot of those skill sets in the one spot, you're going to save yourself a lot of time and a lot of energy, okay? And every time I want to learn a new skill, I have to go and spend, you know, like $1,000 on a course, or $5,000 or $500 or $90 or whatever it is, and learn little bits and pieces from all these different people, which is what you got to do. But if you can find one spot that has pretty much most things in the one area, and you can find a really good place, that's going to save you a lot of time. And Beck can definitely point you in the right direction. I won't mention what it is, but I can tell you that we can definitely help you in that area. See, the most important things you need to learn if you're going to go online is, number one, let me go through some things. Number one, there's no such thing as get rich quick. Okay? Doesn't exist. Okay, if you decide to go online, you're making a life decision, and a decision like a decision you'd make if you decide to go and be a doctor or a nurse, or if you're an accountant and suddenly you decide to go and be a paramedic. It's a completely new skill. You're not going to learn it in the first day or first week. It's going to take days, weeks, months, years, and you never stop learning. So number one is that, you know, you're going to keep on learning, so you've got to be committed for the long term rather than the short term. Okay, so that's probably the number one thing. One thing I've seen in my long career is that I've seen a lot of people quit and give up very easily at the first obstacle, right? And I was training about this today, and like, if you decide you want to be an athlete, you decide you want to win a gold medal, or you decide you want to go to the Olympics or whatever it is you want to do, you don't do it for a month and then give up. You just keep going and keep going, keep going. So, which is crazy when you think about it. If anyone, I'm not sporty, by the way. So just so you guys know, I don't do any sport except snow skiing, okay? And I used to race motorbikes, right? So, but obviously I've watched, you know, TV and read lots of books and stuff from athletes and whatever. And, you know, you think about, you know, what athletes do and what they do to achieve, for example, Olympic gold medal. You know, they get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and they run and they do this and do that and they weight train, whatever it is that they're doing. And they train for years and years and years and years just to go to the Olympics to win a medal that goes around their neck to say that I was the best in my field, right? Which is awesome. It's great, awesome. Whereas I've trained for years not to get a medal so much, but to get a large sum of money come into my bank account, okay? Both are good, all right? Because obviously if you win a gold medal, that opens up doors for other things. But I don't have the discipline to go and do that. My body's not made to go and be an athlete, all right? However, we follow athletes, we follow sports people, and we look at those people as mentors, as heroes, as idols, and things like that, which is awesome. And you know what's really interesting, and I don't know where this conversation is going, but here's a good lesson. Think about your favorite sports person or sports team. Most people got a sports person or sports team or an idol, someone they follow. And when they win, you're like, yes, yes. Woo-hoo, you celebrate, right? You celebrate. If you follow a sports team, whatever that sport is, and they win, you celebrate. Okay, I do watch motorcycle racing, and when our Aussie guy comes second on the weekend, I was like, woohoo, awesome. I mean, I didn't jump up and down, but I was like, yeah. So I'm barracking for someone else's success, which is a bit silly, really, isn't it, when you think about it? I'm full on, I'm excited, or you're full on, you're excited for someone else's success. So what happens if you do the same thing for your own success? What happens if you're the number one barracker? What happens if you barrack for you? What happens if you're like, pat yourself on the back and you're like, well done. You just learned something new about social media, or today you made your first video, or today you did something that you wouldn't normally do. And that's one of the biggest secrets to being a success, is that you keep getting out your comfort zone, and it's almost like you've got to be your own coach and your own mentor, all right? And you've got to keep, you know, going and going till you get to where you want to go. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, David. I want to really value everybody's time and wrap it up there, and highlight what we've just discussed as well, is that I think dedication is really, really important. Definitely celebrating every little win, every big win, everything that you've accomplished is also really, really important. And learning as much as you can from as many people as you can every single day is also really important. Thank you so, so much for touching on all those really key elements of being a success in the business world online. And I've really appreciated talking to you today.
You got to find a team, Beth. You got to find a support group. Right. And so one thing I missed out on is that if you do go for that gold medal, it's not just you. You know, you've got to pat yourself on the back, but you usually got a coach or another coach, and you've got a team, and you've got family, and you've got friends, and all these people that are supporting you. And if you're going to do that online, you might not have those people in your house or your closest friends. So another tip that I'll tell you is to go and find a group of awesome people like Nikki and Beth. Go find a group of awesome people or a community of people that will support you and will celebrate you, because all those celebrations will help you get to the next level. They'll keep you going. And what you'll find in your journey online is that you'll find a lot of people that don't support you. So go and find a group of people that will support you and a community of people that will support you, because it makes all the difference. It's a huge, huge difference when you find that group. And so when I first started online, I found that group, and then I went out on my own for a while, and I didn't have that support, and it's really hard doing on your own And then I found another group that supported me, and finally I end up where I am because I've had this great community of people that support me every step of the way, and they celebrate my wins and success. And that's what you guys want to find as well. Absolutely.
Absolutely important. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nikki, for joining us. Thank you, David, for your time. Thank you everybody who's watching. We've really enjoyed having you here with us. Thank you for your time and energy, and we'll chat again really soon. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Ciao.